This is not a time for us to have a mentally challenged president. Mike McDaniel, via American Thinker, reports. Joe Biden at Valley Forge. Triumph of the shill 2. Well, he did it again. Speaking near Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, President Joe Biden delivered a follow-up to his red-tinged Triumph of the Shill speech. The New York Post explains. President Biden kicked off his bid for re-election Friday by deriding former President Donald Trump as a loser and calling his bid for a political comeback something out of a bad fairy tale Friday, prompting his predecessor to fire back at the 80-year-old as a true threat to democracy. And as one would expect, on the anniversary of Democrat, Socialist, Communist High Holy Day, we learned yet again how very close we are to losing America. Valley Forge tells a story of the pain and the suffering and the true patriotism it took to make America. Biden, 81, began his first proper 2024 campaign speech. Today we gather in a new year, some 246 years later, just one day before January 6th, a day forever seared in our memory because it was on that day that we nearly lost America, lost it all, he said. I'm sure China, Iran, and our other enemies are paying close attention. They don't need massive militaries with nuclear weapons to conquer America. Only a minor riot by unarmed citizens provoked by the FBI that lasts an hour or so. Trump's assault on democracy isn't just part of his past, it's what he's promising for the future. He's been straightforward, he's not hiding the ball, Biden said. His first rally for the 2024 campaign opened with a choir of January 6th insurrectionists singing from prison on a cell phone while images of the January 6th riot played on big screen behind him at his rally. Can you believe it? This was like something out of a fairy tale, a bad fairy tale. Now, what were those horrible insurrections singing? The Star-Spangled Banner, our national anthem, the horror. Let's be clear about the 2020 election. Trump exhausted every legal avenue available to him to overturn the outcome, every one, but the legal path just took Trump back to the truth that I'd won the election and he was a loser, Biden said, to hoots and applause. And Joe forgot to mention not a single court actually heard evidence, which makes for rather a dead-end legal avenue. He also forgot to mention Trump quietly and one time left office as the Constitution requires. What a pathetic dictator. Well, knowing how his mind works, we had one act left, one desperate act available to him, the violence January 6th, Biden said. And since that day, more than 1,200 people have been charged for their assault on the Capitol. Nearly 900 of them have been convicted or pled guilty. To more cheers, he added, collectively to date, there have been sentenced to more than 840 years in prison. Rational Americans might think Biden's glee is in destroying the lives of more than 1,000 Americans for what amounts to misdemeanor trespassing, normally a ticketable offense, does not really live up to his endless rhetoric about uniting America. He calls those who oppose him vermin. He talks about the blood of Americans being poisoned, echoing the same exact language used in Nazi Germany, and he proudly posted on social media the words that last described his 2024 campaign, revenge, power, dictatorship. Biden said, "You can't be pro-insurrectionist and pro-American," the president added at one point, insisting that unlike Trump, our campaign is about preserving and strengthening our American democracy. Now, there it is again, our American democracy, which Biden means, what is it for America? The words constitutional, represented a republic, which is what America is, never escaped his lips. RNC Research tweeted, Biden just finished a very angry speech in which he previewed the center of his re-election campaign. Number of times he mentioned economy, 0. Inflation, 0. Border security, 0. Debt and spending, 0. Foreign affairs, 0. National security, 0. Crime, 0. Fentanyl crisis, 0. Trump replied, this is not a time for us to have a mentally challenged president, the former president said, adding that the only insurrection is the insurrection that's taking place at our border, where he's allowing millions of people from parts unknown to invade our country at a level far worse than even a military invasion. Biden's record is an unbroken streak of weakness, incompetence, corruption, and failure, other than he's doing quite well, isn't he? That's a hell of a lot of a list. And that's why Joe is staging his pathetic fear-mongering campaign, even in Pennsylvania today, Trump said. So the 2024 campaign will be one for the record books if America survives to write them. And this is on Zero Hedge by Tyler Durden, written by Mike Daniel via American Thinker. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.